Hi, everyone. I see that, more people are joining us. Let's start. My name is Tina from AMZScout. So I'm a chief product officer at AMZScout, and for over last 8 years, I have been working in the e-commerce. So I've been dealing with product research, keyword research, helping sellers succeed in competitive market like Amazon while growing profit. And I'm excited to be here with Alexandra. Alexandra, hello.
Hello.
Hi. So Alexandra is an expert in creating high converting listings. And Alexandra will be starting off today by sharing her proven secrets on how to create your perfect listing, attractive, persuasive, and designed to convert browsers into buyers. So after Alexandra's part, I'll take over to share my secrets and insights on how to find your profitable and best of all product to sell on Amazon. And we've prepared a lot of theory for you. Let's dive in right now. We'll also have a question and answer in the end, so stay tuned. And I'd love to pass the microphone to Alexandra, our beautiful guest. You're welcome. Let's begin.
Thank you for having me here. I want to thank to AMZScout for inviting us to be part of this webinar. As Tina said, I'm Alexandra. I'm the lead graphic designer at Pinestyle. And today I'll walk you through how to boost your Amazon sales with simple but proven listing optimizations. So grab your coffee, your tea, and let's begin. So firstly, I would like to say something about us. The company Pinestyle, we are an agency who is specializing in e-commerce design. And our goal is simple. We help brands maximize their sales by creating visuals that not only look good, but they also perform. So you can sell more with the right team. So who I am as your speaker today. So I have been working with graphic design for almost 7 years. And for the past 3 years, I'm solely focused on e-commerce listings. So I'm very passionate about turning the great products into high converting visuals. As I have mentioned for you, I also use my coffee for fueling my designs. So what you will learn on this webinar today, by the end of this session, we're going to cover why optimization matters for Amazon sales, the anatomy of a high-performing listing, 7 simple design tips and best practices. Then we will go through before and after listing transformations and some common mistakes that sellers make, but they should try to avoid. These are all practical tips and they're proven to work. So why does this optimization matters? We all know that we all have some statistics that we keep seeing online, but it's a fact that visuals are the ones who are selling. So the same as when you go to a store somewhere, in your city, wherever that store, if it is nice, it is appealing, it is something that is attracting you. So for Amazon, it is kind of the same. It's the visuals that are representing you. 75% of Amazon shoppers are basing their decisions on the product images. So great design is equaling great bigger sales, higher conversions, and the poor designs are something that is driving the sales and is just wasted money on ads and something similar. That is why optimizing your visuals is turning the browsers into buyers. For starters, I will show you a very interesting comparison. There are 2 very similar images, main images for a product that we were working on a few months ago. And as you can see that even subtle improvements are making a great difference. So for this specific example, in this product, The details that are shown on the product matter a lot. So when you have this page where your product is on, the buyer needs to see your design very clearly. This works for this specific product, and every other product out there is different. So you kind of need to focus on what is working for your niche. So let's start improving your listing. So selling on Amazon is very competitive. We all know that. And your listing is one of the biggest factors whether someone buys from you or moves on. So I will show you the 7 simple tips that are proven, that are going to attract more clicks from search, build trust with better visuals and copy, and turn more visitors into buyers. Who is this guide made for? So brands are looking to grow their presence on Amazon is the first target group for today's webinar. Then we have the sellers who want to improve the listings and boost sales, marketeers who need quick wins and expert input, and anyone else who want expert-backed tips to take their listing to the next level. So if you don't want to bother about this, we can always help. We're working with visuals for many years. I didn't mention it. We're working for 5 years and we're making our birthday this weekend. So we have been in the market for a while and, we can always help with that. So let's dive in some statistics. Why listing optimization matters. So the data is clear. You can find this anywhere on the web where you search. This is facts that are stated. 70% of Amazon shoppers never go past page 1. So whenever someone is shopping, there are so many products, even on the first page. And we know that the aim is always for everyone to go to this page 1. But that is why this optimization today is made for people to, boost higher. Listings with professional images can convert up to 50% better. So the higher quality visuals are better than nice to haves. It's something that you have to focus on. So over 60% of Amazon traffic comes from mobile. So if your image or bullet points aren't working very well, so on a mobile phone, it's going to look even smaller. So focus on mobile. Customers spend only 10 to 15 seconds on a listing before they decide. So, 10 to 15 seconds is a very short amount of time. So everything you need to focus on, you need to put it in the beginning of your listing. Keep the unique selling point, as we call it, for your product. Keep it as high as possible in the first images, in the first spots where your customer is going to focus on. Products with A+ content see up to 10% higher sales. We have had more than I can say. We have had many sellers that we were working on their listings who don't even have A+ content, which is something that you're missing out on. You have all this information you want to say about your product, and you're just missing that chance. Let's continue. So this is what the data shows across Amazon, but let's see something of our data with our clients in practice. So we have this company that we're working for more than 2 years. We have created over 25 listings with them. We're constantly working, we're constantly trying to improve. And, this is a luxurious design for pens. So the statistics for this company over some time, they are that the CTR has increased over 86%. We have CVR increased 234, and the orders have doubled. I want to point out that there are many things that are influencing these things, but just keep it in mind. Then we have another example with another client we were working on. This is specifically for one listing. And as it is shown there in the beginning, the orders have more than tripled in the first 30 days. So again, CTR increased is a project from 2022, CTR increase of 82, CVR increase of 205, and the orders have also increased quite a lot. And now we have actually the listing essentials that you should have for your listing. So let's break down these essentials that you need to improve for your listing. You have to make a strong title. So the title needs to be keyword rich. We shouldn't be stuffing words. We shouldn't, we have to keep everything crispy and clear. We have to use all the image slots because some products are actually giving a little bit less, a little bit more slots, but the 7 image slots are the key point to tell your story right. There is also an option of video that most product listings are including, which is also a great bonus. Then we have the bullet points. They have to be schemable and benefit driven. Again, I will go into all these details one by one. I just want to mention them right now. The description and A+ content that need to be on point, to mix visuals with short persuasive copy, and then keep attention to reviews. They are the key point that is telling you what your customers are needing. And one thing that many people are missing out on is the backend words, which is something that it's a key point to getting searched, to get noticed out there in the search. So let's see in action something that we have done. Again, it's with pens. So we have the hero shot on one side, and you can see that the main image is actually the thing that builds trust. We need to tell the story. We need to hook them up with the main image. And then with the lifestyle images, we're kind of explaining how your client is going to feel themselves. So how their product is going to be in their everyday life. So we need to show this to them. It is better when they have to see this. So when we're working together, we can get there faster. So let's start with the image slots. We have 7 images. We don't want to put fillers. Firstly, it's something that many people do. Every image needs to add a value. So we have the main image. It needs to be clean, high resolution, white background. Then we have the lifestyle photos where we see the product in use. Infographics are the highlight key benefits or features. So these are the things that we need to see. Comparison images is how your product stands out in front of other competitors. Then we have the scale image where we need to show how this product looks in real life. We need the comparison to see how this scales in our life. Packaging images, it's always nice. Everyone is, whenever there is a package, just make sure you're putting it out there, and the unboxing experience is this emotional thing that you're creating with your customers, and it is a very big plus. And again, I want to mention the video. If it is possible, it is always a plus to have it a demo or a very nice product video if you're able. It's always a missed opportunity if you don't have these images ready for your product. So let's see for one listing that it has, that I can show you what I mean. So we have the main image. It includes all the elements that go with this product. So you have the packaging. So you can see it from the first main image. If you have it, just put it there. And then you can see some stickers, some edit info. Again, every main image is different for every product. So make sure your image is TOS requirement. It's okay So you don't get banned because the main image is a very important part. Then we have dimensions. So let's see, I'm selling this journal. How big this is? Is it A5? Is it A4? How many pages does it have? It's a nice number to have. Maybe someone wants a journal with 365 pages. Why not? Whatever everyone needs. It's nice to put all that information there to be easily visible. Then we have the lifestyle shot where you can see the journal in a very nice setting. Your client is kind of putting themselves in this. Oh, it is very nice. How am I going to use this thing? So, you have this coffee next to you, you're writing your journal. You actually have this emotional hook. Then we have few other images with features and benefits. So depending on each product, every product has different types of pictures. So for example, in this thing, because we have a little bit more specs about features, there are a little bit more images who are focusing on features and benefits. We have the showcase image on the bottom in the middle, which is the product in use, which is a must-have image, and it's always a plus if you can actually use a person using your product. Then we have what's included, something similar to the main image, but in a more lifestyle setting to show what every of these things are included in your product. And in the end, for example, if your product comes in multiple colors, it is always nice to have a cross-sell image. So one more thing as a pro tip, you always should start strong with your key selling point. So keep this as a sales pitch. So whatever you think is the main selling point for your product, this is what is supposed to be your first image. Let's continue. So next thing we have is titles that are working. So one thing that many people do as a mistake, this is the title that we're talking about. It is for when shoppers are seeing your product, it is the title that doesn't go on the images. It is the title that you write about your product. So your title is critical for both search and clicks. So a strong title blends the keywords with clarity. So you have to start with the most searched terms and add your brand if it adds value. There are some brands out there that just, if you put your brand, it just sells for some reason. It's great. But for those of there are someone who are starting right now, it might just be stuffed if you put the brand from the start. If it adds value, put it in. Keep it readable with separators, use dashes and everything. Don't make everything with the keywords stuffed all around. Just don't put everything out there. And remember, on mobile, the first 80 characters matter the most. So let's see an example for this. I have the formula on the bottom that you can use. It's brand plus main keyword, key feature plus size count if needed. So on the beginning, we see many mistakes that are made with a lot of capital letters. And to be honest, and I see this very often, unfortunately, I just read probably the first word and then don't go past that. So when you have these caps, in all letters caps, it feels like people are screaming at me and it doesn't make it very appealing for me to go to them. It's not like you go on the street and you're like, oh, I'm selling this. But, just make it a bit easier to be read so the client can get the important information. Like in the example, we have the brand name in the beginning. So we have Hydroflow stainless steel water bottle. So we see it's a mouthful, but stainless steel water bottle. And then we have the few key selling points. So we have the size, which is important, let's say for water bottles, 17 ounce. Then we have that it is vacuum insulated. And then it is leak proof travel flask. keep it a little bit, you don't need to stuff everything inside, and keep it clear. So next we have bullets that convert. So bullets are often the first text that shoppers actually read after your images and use them to convert. So start with the hook, something that is, again, I'll mention it, your unique selling point. What makes your product different than your competitors? So put this first, focus on benefits, not just features. So this is one feature, and then what benefit comes from this feature? And write it clear, scannable, again, keep it short. 3 to 5 bullets is what matters. And I will show you an example right now. So on the left side, some would think they are nice, short, as I say, simple. But the right side works better because each line is hitting a benefit fast after the feature, and it doesn't have a long explanation. Don't need a lot of stuffing of keywords again. We just, keep drink cold for 24 hours. Make an accent on those 24 hours, because some people say, oh, 24 hours. There are some who are, maybe it is 72 hours. I don't know. It depends on your product. But, on point. So don't just list specs like in the left side, translate them into real benefits. Next, we have mobile friendly. So we have mentioned this. It's a fact that more than half of the Amazon traffic is coming on a mobile. That means that your main images, your titles, your bullets are going to do, your first bullets are going to do most of the selling. So always preview your listing on a phone. Keep bullets short, use images to explain, and make sure the text in images is readable on small screens. So we have some visuals that also are keep mobile phone first in mind. So we have some images. We have the main thing that we want to say. It's with big letters. Everything else is just a little bit that. This is more into design terms and typography and everything that is, you kind of need to keep it scannable, as I said. And these are some of the images that I have mentioned. So think small. Next is the reviews. So reviews are what is connecting you to your sellers, to your customers. So if you had a shop somewhere locally, let's say you had a supermarket or whatever, you actually are in contact with the customer. You can say, what do you want? And they can tell you, and you can actually sell it to them. But the reviews on e-commerce, on Amazon, are the ones who are getting you in touch with those clients of yours. So you need to learn from those. Your customers are telling you what matters to them, and you need to listen. So we need to check the 3 to 5 star reviews on your products and competitors, because if the competitor is missing something, maybe your listing actually adds value for those types of clients. And maybe you can, like I say, for example, the competitors' reviews are saying that, okay, it didn't come with the pouch, with the packaging or whatever, and your product comes with the packaging, and you just point it out very clear with nice bullet points. And, just keep in mind that the reviews are your key to what your customers are wanting. So answer the objections before they're asked. So then we have the lifestyle again. So the studio shots are great. We have to have them. The studio shot is actually the main image of every listing. But if you only have the studio shots, the people don't actually understand how your product looks in real life. That is why very often people actually return products because of this thing. They were, okay, I thought it looked like this. It didn't, unfortunately. So keep in mind that lifestyle images sell better by showing real use, and you're building trust with this. So it kind of sells better. So when the buyer actually sees how your product is in real life, it builds more trust. Use both together. So you use your studio shots for main images. There are some products that actually maybe have a little bit more studio shots, but they also should have lifestyle images. And you highlight your key benefits through real life scenarios. You use always, it's very nice if you can use a real person who is using your product to show how that product is, in the hands, let's say, or however it is used. So combine those two together. Here we see some lifestyle images, and they're not just pretty pictures. They actually show how your product is used. For example, I don't know, you have the supplements, you use them with your morning cereals. And it is nice when you put the user in this perspective to actually see how that product is, so they can imagine it a little bit easier. And then we have the mistakes that are killing the sales. So this is 5 mistakes that you should not do. Keyword stuffing, I have mentioned it many times. It's making your listing hard to read and can lower your rankings. So try to keep it short and on point. Poor image quality, like low resolution or inconsistent photos, are reducing trust and interest. So keep the images nice and clear. Ignoring mobile, I have mentioned it. Most shoppers use phones, so don't lose them with bad mobile experience. No brand story. We didn't mention a lot for the brand story, but it's also a very key point. One more way to show, let's say, the brand story is specifically for showing what your brand is about. I don't know, maybe you want to keep it eco-friendly, or you have started a business many years ago and this is how it has progressed. So keep in mind that the brand story also sells. Fun fact, again, they're continuously updating Amazon regulations right now on brand stories. It is possible to add videos as well. So keep this in mind, changes are constantly happening. So you always need to keep updating your designs for your visuals in general. And in the end, it's the unclear value, which is confusing customers and it's reducing conversions. So don't say things that are going to confuse your users. So as a pro tip is to review your listing from a buyer's view and fix anything that could be confusing before you even launch the product. And right now, I'm just going to give you a little bit before and afters, as I have said in the beginning. So we have some hero shots here for leggings. On the left side, we have a stance where it is, a little less polished. It's a bit sluggish. We have distracting shoes. And again, it's not a very big change, but the other side, it looks a little bit more polished. It looks a bit premium, and you don't have this distracting things on it. Then we have before and after, some listing optimization, and as you can see on the left side, maybe at some point in the past this type of design was working, but right now people are going a little bit more minimalistic with the designs. You keep it less text heavy, you keep it very on point. So this is the before and afters that we have worked on in previous. So this is all for me for now. I will transfer you to Tina.
Thank you, Alexandra. It was really insightful. Thank you for your presentation. And I think everyone enjoyed it as well. I see a lot of questions. I think you answered some of them, but I hope you'll stay with us for another 40 minutes, I think, of my presentation. And then we'll answer all the questions, all the rest of the questions. So a little bit about myself. As I said at the beginning, I have been a Chief Product Officer at AMZScout for about 8 years. And so we've focused on the AI services and features and tools in our software like set or bundle in the past year, because AI can help us and you, I think, a lot in product research, keyword research, and in your e-commerce business in general. So we launched about 6 brand new AI services in the past year. And so I'm happy to help you today and explain how everything works, how to find a great product with the help of AMZScout tools, how to promote this product, how to compete with your competitors, how to analyze the reviews, because Alexandra already told you that it's very important to analyze the reviews, so we can do that with an AI today, and how to make up a perfect listing. I will not talk about the images, I will talk about the texts. So let's dive in. I am going to share my screen. Just a second. So I'm going to share the whole like this. So I hope everyone can see my screen, and I'll start with finding a product. If you have ideas, you can go directly to the Pro AI extension that you can find in the Chrome web store. I know that ChatGPT and similar tools now can help you with finding, recommending ideas, what to sell, but it's, of course, a good idea, I think, to check all the data, all the trends, demand, and competition to make up the decision to sell this exact product in this exact niche. But sometimes, if such tools, AI tools, don't satisfy your needs, you want something really, really specific, or some brand new products that ChatGPT doesn't know of yet, or maybe it recommends all the niches and keywords to everyone, and you're afraid that everyone will be selling the same in a couple of months. You can go to our product database that has like hundreds of thousands of new ideas and different products that can be filtered out like this. So what I've arranged here, that's the product database here by AMZScout. It can be found on our website. That's the menu of the many tools that we have. So I clicked here, product database, and opened the filters. So I just chose 18 categories, clicked on the apply button. So the basic recommendation usually is that you put the price at like $25 or $30 if we're talking about the US market, because that's a comfortable price, and that's a price that can some room for profit. I also put 700 reviews as my top maximum filter, because, well, if the product has a lot of sales, but a lot of reviews as well, that is kind of, competitive already, because this product made a lot of efforts to sell the product by collecting the reviews. But if we arranged it like, if we look for a product that has there's at least 300 sales per month, but under 700 reviews, it means that the product somehow succeeded in the marketing without collecting a lot of reviews. So I clicked Find Products here, and you see I have a lot of different product ideas from different categories, and I can check the data for any product, and I can look through the ideas. So, for example, that's how I found this set of shakers, cotton Muslim sleep sack. So products from different categories that I have chosen. So by scrolling these multiple ideas. I found a product, and so here we go. We're jumping on my next tab. I found a wooden makeup toy set. I didn't find the exact keyword, right? I found something like this, and I realized that the main keyword that describes this product is a wooden makeup toy set. So I decided to check the niche, not only the product. The product does not exist alone, separately. They exist among similar products that show up when someone puts some keyword in the search field, obviously on Amazon. That's why you have to check the niche, not the product, especially if you're going to sell as a private label product. So that's what we see here, a bunch of data. I know that it can be a bit intimidating, but when you learn a little bit about each column, we have tooltips, we have all the guides and trainings here, and also on our YouTube channel. You see that it becomes more clear and it's not so bad and in reality. I've arranged just a few columns, half of the data we have here, because none of them are that necessary, and I applied. So what we have here among interesting types of data are scores for private label. You can click on a lot of buttons and check what it says here. For example, this figure 9 out of 10 means that this is a great product for private label. And if you launch a similar product, you will probably have enough profit. You'll be able to have decent sales, and there's a big revenue opportunity. The average rank is quite okay in this niche. The estimated revenue is good, as well as the sales. And you can see the overall niche score is quite great. I like the prices in this niche. I also like the FBA fees. They are low, and they almost everywhere seem to be under $10, $11. That's a good thing. If you click here, you'll see the profit calculator, which allows you to see basically at how much. See this plugin here. Sorry, I hope you see. Just a second, because I don't. Okay, so now we see everything. So if you put the numbers that you think will be your product cost, for example, $4 additional per unit cost, $2 for shipping, and okay, $4 more for PPC costs, because it will take you additional money to promote your product. You'll see the profit per unit after all the costs, after the FBA fees, after product cost, additional per unit cost, additional monthly cost, and you'll still have profit with this product. Your profit will sit at $9. The net margin is quite good ROI, and the estimated monthly profit for this exact product, which has almost 1,000 estimated monthly sales, will be like this. So that's about a third of the revenue, because the net margin is 31%. Also, you can change the price here. You won't change the price for this product, but you can change the price and check if your product has a price of $25. You'll have this amount in profit if you sell the same amount. So we have a listing quality score that shows you what's good about this listing and what's not. You can read all these explanations and follow, like not copy, but try to be as good as the listings in this niche. You see the available from column, what listings are old, new, and if the niche is old or it just appeared like a year or two ago. You see the reviews for each product, the number of reviews, and it's a very good average, because you see there are no products with reviews more than 500 or even 1,000, which I like. It means even very low competition. It also has very few variations, which I also like because it's kind of can be hard to compete with products that have a lot of variants. Also, the seller's country. So most of the sellers in this niche are from China. So if this all seems hard, especially the niche history and product history, I'll show you just for a second. Well, all these graphs can be hard, but actually, if you study one by one, if you study the graphs one by one, it's kind of okay. So you can see that this niche has the seasonal peaks, I think around November and December, well, Christmas time. And also the sales are a little bit falling, let's say, yeah, in this year comparing to the previous year. But I think if we look at the revenue, well, yeah, it shows the same. So maybe, yeah, the prices you see are falling a little bit. That's why the revenue is also a bit lower than the previous year. But I think that there's still a chance to get into this niche. You can see the same history graph for any product. So we've just seen the niche history, but we can see the same graph for any product. For this product, the sales are growing, for example. The revenue is growing. Let's see the price. The price is quite stable and okay, it sits at about $27, $28. So if it's all a bit complicated and you've already forgotten what I started with, we have a feature, this beautiful thing, in my opinion, that is called an AI niche analysis. So let me show you how to find it. There's a pink button, AI Power Bot, and if you click on the AI niche analysis, you'll see the analysis, and it will repeat the same things and insights that I just told you, and even more. It won't forget anything because it's arranged like that. It will definitely analyze the trends, the seasonality, the variants, the variety of the products, the competition, the listing quality scores, page sales share and revenue share. It will analyze the pricing strategies for you, the concentration of the prices, the average price, the new seller's average price. It will tell you the sales potential for a new product. It will tell you how many new products are there here. So you can see 7 products launched within the last year in this niche. It's not a big amount. I think it's okay. New sellers come here, but not a lot. It will recommend the keywords for the title and some other insights. And let me show you the second AI thing that we have here. So if you click here, AI listings, keyword density, you'll see the keywords that are more frequent in all the listings on pages 1 and 2. It can be really helpful as well. We'll get to the keywords, to the separate keywords tools in a few minutes, but that's another thing. Those are just frequent keywords that are used in the listings. And you can see what's important for the products in this niche, like a makeup bag, eyeshadow, lipstick, and so on. So things that you should include in this wooden makeup toy set. Blush, comb, perfume. You see these words are frequently used in the listings, facial lotions, so on. They are categorized, by the way, like these are keywords for accessories and inclusions. Those are the keywords for design and build. So wooden is the most popular word, solid wood, natural wood, durable, non-toxic paint. Well, obviously that's a given. You'll have to add it, I guess, to be popular in this niche. Eco-friendly, safe, and so on. usage and benefits, pretend play, role-playing, imagination, creativity. I was saying is that you have to put the short keywords and long tail keywords into your listing, because you have to describe your listing in the best way. And it will sure look like some competitors, but it will have some differentiation, because that's what everyone does, try to do in order to be unique and have a unique selling point. Maybe it will be a different color, different brush, whatever, different mirror. I'm talking about the wooden makeup toy set. And so you'll copy a lot of keywords from here, you'll add your own, and you'll add the most frequently used keywords, because they are obviously important. Don't forget to see how many sales each keyword has. That's the average. Well, every column is explained in the tooltip. That's the average number of monthly sales on product on page 1 for these keywords. So I like these numbers a lot, because they can be competitive, but the products on the first page, organic products, sell a lot. And you can also arrange your PPC for these keywords, and a lot of people will see the ad, and you then have to have a high converting listing to convert those who clicked on your ad to convert into sales. Well, we have a ranking challenge, by the way, a column that explains if this keyword is hard to rank for, or easy, like here, or balanced. Well, let's go on. I also wanted to share you the AI review analyzer we have. I have another product here. It's a 2-microphone system. I wanted to show you how it works. So you just put the ASIN, click the Get Review Analysis button, and you'll have this great analysis of the reviews for each product. If you remember, Alexandra told you 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, that you have to read the reviews for each product, because it's important what people say about it, what they like, what they don't like, what's missing in the product. But you have to spend hours for every product to read all of that, to make an opinion. But with this tool, in just 2 seconds, well, okay, maybe 10 seconds, you can read hundreds or thousands of reviews with the help of the AI and our tool, and just read the conclusions, the insights and suggestions for this product or any other product. For these microphones, for example, it's important to know that, for example, there is a complaint. The biggest bias complaint is that it requires high volume setting for adequate sound. See, well, people also say great things about it, like what design makes it quick to use, great design and stuff. But the recommendations are that this particular seller should include extra batteries, enhance compatibility with more brands, because that's a famous brand. Well, use more durable materials, increase microphone sensitivity, allow individual volume adjustments. So those are the main insights, but here you see the pros and cons. Again, most frequent ones. So they talk about long battery life, wireless convenience, good sound quality, and the cons: low volume output, connection issues, flimsy receiver, consistent sound quality. So I think a lot of things to improve. So if you want to launch the microphone set, you can read about the disadvantages of this famous microphone system. Try to contact the supplier, the manufacturer, and try to create something better. Maybe it's a bit hard for a beginner to dive into the electronical industry of products, but for some products, it's easier to improve the quality and to differentiate. So it goes with reasons why people buy it, what features buyers like most, again, design and stuff. and suggested search terms. Again, we love keywords, so we put them whenever we see the popular keywords and search terms. So with these insights and keywords here, we can get directly to creating the optimized listing. So if you click on this button, you'll get directly to our AI listing builder. I've already done that, and this tool would put the product features, the buyer motivations from the AI review analysis that I just showed, and also some keywords that it suggests, or you can put your own in the other section, middle and top keywords. It depends on what keywords you decide to be the top that the listing should use, the AI should use. Middle, good keywords that also should be used, but not necessarily, and other. And click on this button, Generate Listing with AI, and you'll get the product title, bullet points, and description. And if you like it, you can just copy it and put it in your listing. If you don't like it, you can change the separate bullet points and description, or you can generate it again, or you can put more keywords everywhere. The keywords that I used are crossed.